Hey everybody, it's Doobie here with Doobie TV, where you'll learn how to get more out of life with tips, inspiration, and guidance on lifestyle, business, family, and wellness. So welcome, and thank you so much this Monday morning to join me here. It's a beautiful day here in Boston at the moment before we get on more into that rain pattern. But I got beautiful dogwoods here and beautiful flowering plants and lots of flowers growing everywhere here. And the whole house is filled with dahlias outside, inside. Just Mother's Day. Want to make sure that my wife, my daughter, all these beautiful women in my life that are mothers are celebrated and that they're feeling the joy and the love and passion here on this Mother's Day weekend that just passed here. I was extremely happy to see my grandchildren running around here. It was a rainy day, complete washout, but it doesn't matter. We were all together, we celebrated, and that's the most important thing. And this is, hi Jody, welcome. Glad to have you join us. And this is, Women's Month, the month of May. And I'm sure it's not by coincidence that it's the same month as Mother's Day. And one of the things that I noticed that my team posted on my fan page was a couple cups of coffee. And I'm a big coffee aficionado, and my wife for sure. If I want to make my wife happy, I just have to make her a good cappuccino. We got a great Breville maker, and we go through the whole ritual of making good beans there from George Howell, my favorite coffee roaster. And but this little message said, you can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. And I thought that was really such an important message that everybody needs to hear, but especially mothers. Mothers who are all the time running around. They're working, especially if they're working not in the house and what have you. And even if they are working in the house and they're trying to manage everything, this is an important message to be able to take care of ourselves. And for women particularly, that a lot of times they're responsible for the children, they're responsible for the household, they're responsible for their job, and they're responsible for so many things. I have a number of friends in my business networking group. They go away for weekends. One of mine just went off to Toronto this past weekend with 5 friends. Sometimes there's as many as 8, but they've been doing this for a good, I think, 5-10 years already. And they just take off and they have time to themselves. It's really critical. I have another friend, financial planner. She was just in New Orleans a few months ago, and her husband took care of the 2 kids while she went off with her about 5 or 6 of her friends, and they make this an annual trip too. They actually do it biannual. So that might be a good thing to do if you have that capability, just to get away with some girlfriends and be able to take some time to yourself. So why is self-care so important? I just want to hit 5 little notes there, and then we're going to go into talking about PMS, which is a really important subject we're talking about when it comes to women's health. If you're listening to this in the replay, hit me with the hashtag replay. Let me know what you enjoyed listening to. And if you're listening live, let me know where you're coming from. That'd be great. Okay, thanks so much. So why is self-care so important? Number one is you can increase your productivity. You want to have better productivity. And really important, in being a clinical social worker in my past there, I know it's really hard for people to say no to things and to overextend yourself. I know I am guilty of that myself. And so what's really important is when you really focus on yourself as well, you don't overextend yourself, and you focus on the things that matter the most. So that's number one, better productivity. Number 2 is improved resistance to disease. When your body goes into a restful, rejuvenating mode, it helps strengthen your immune system. So really, eating healthy, first of all, eating a good balanced meal, making sure you're sitting down and taking that time to really have a good meal, and not just eating on the run and not just on the fly and in the car with the kids if you're got younger kids and what have you. But you want to be making sure that you're having a good balanced meal. You want to be supporting yourself with nutritional supplementation as well to fill in the gaps for those times when you're not eating as healthy as you'd like to be eating, Or as we know, even when we do our best to do that, we don't always get all the nutrients that our body needs and craves. Number 3, more to give. If you practice self-care, you'll have the energy to take on your tasks, be it at home or at work, and you'll be able to take care of your family a lot better. That's really critical there as well. Increase self-knowledge. Practicing self-care requires figuring out what you really love to do. And this is sort of a journey that we are in all our lives. What is it that really feeds you? What gives you that passion for life, inspires you? And, knowing that there's something larger out there in life, something more that gives meaning to you, and not just looking towards only things that you're, need to do and what have you. So you want to feel passionate and you want to feel inspired. Number 5 is enhanced self-esteem. When you regularly spend time caring for yourself, it will have positive effects on how you see yourself and how you value yourself. And that's really, really one of the most important things to be talking about too, is high self-esteem, that you want to be able to see that you're a valued person, that you have a lot to offer to people, and that you can create a ripple of positive effects to all the people around you. So I'm really a big guy when it comes to self-care. I make sure that I tell Margie, my wife, all the time, really important for her. I don't care whether it's, going out and get your nails done, whether it's making sure you're getting your hair cut and taking care of self-care, whether it's getting a massage, which I think is really important. A massage can be very salubrious on a monthly basis. Getting a massage, it can really help with the immunity system. It can help you to relax. It can help you to completely disengage from the world for at least 1 good hour and everything else like that. But doing something, taking a walk in a botanical gardens, I'm a big fan of that too. I love to go over to Wellesley College, take a walk around Lake Waban, but there are many other places. If you follow me on my profile there, you'll see lots of pictures from the Esplanade. I love going to the Esplanade. For me, it's a way to, follow my passion, which is photography. It's also being at one with nature, connecting with the Charles River Weather Beach, connecting with all the flowering plants. The cherry blossoms are spectacular this week. So if you haven't seen the cherry blossoms that were planted by the Japanese government years ago at the Boston Esplanade, and you're in Boston or anywhere within an hour or good radius, make sure you go there this week because they will soon be finishing there. There are a lot of other flowering trees and plants and everything else, but at any rate, having that quiet time to yourself. In my case, it's really having the photography and to really enjoying that. And on top of that, communing with nature and just taking time for yourself. Just believe me, if you have that capability during your workday, or if you're working perhaps on your own, carve out that time for sure. Be it if you're working for someone else, you may want to just do it for your lunchtime, but that can really make a difference. And, I love that meme there again about the coffee. You can't pour from an empty cup. You want to take care of yourself first. So let's energize ourselves. And to all the mothers, post Happy Mother's Day again, and really take good care of yourselves. So now I'm going to get into one more subject here that's talking about PMS, which is really an area which a lot of women sometimes find themselves definitely confounded, don't know exactly what to do and where to go, and they're having all kinds of symptoms. So as we celebrate National Women's Health this month, 90% of the women are affected by PMS. So what is PMS? It's premenstrual syndrome. Refers to a combination of symptoms that usually starts about a week before the period and typically after ovulation and before menstruation. What causes this particular issue is unknown, but several factors may contribute to it and its development, including hormonal, chemical imbalance brought about by the women's monthly cycle. PMS can be accompanied by 2 types of symptoms. So we're looking at emotional or behavioral, and those include tension or anxiety, depression, mood swings and irritability, appetite changes and food cravings, and insomnia. Now that's quite a list there of symptoms there. I feel for anyone who's experiencing any of this anxiety or depression or mood swings or appetite changes and insomnia, because it's not a great way to go about enjoying life, that's for sure. On the other side, there's also the physical symptoms, and that can be joint or muscle pain. It can be headache. It can be fatigue. Weight gain is sometimes directly related to fluid retention and abdominal bloating. So some doctors might prescribe NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, or a diuretic perhaps, antidepressants to manage some of these symptoms. But if you want to stick to natural solutions, a lot of women have results taking gamma-linolic acid, otherwise known as GLA. Now, my company happens to have one that has omega-6 fatty acids, the sunflower seed oils, vitamin E, and a unique formulation that helps with all these things of PMS, hot flashes, chronic eczema and psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and many more things. So GLA is really an important thing. Maria Anderson Delgado had a wonderful testimonial. She wrote, I found in early pregnancy, in her first trimester, that she would have emotional swings and tearful moments. And then she would take 1 or 2 of the GLA capsules and some B complex and some calcium magnesium. Really, that helps to really help people to soothe their nerves and to calm down and what have you. That's really an important thing as well, and helps people to sleep better. So those are really important aspects of things to be considering. So what is GLA? It's really a mouthful when you start talking about, gamma-linolic acid here, but it's a fatty omega-6 fatty acid. So think of the omega-3s as the fish oils. This is the omega-6 fatty acids, and that's typically extracted from evening primrose oil or borage oil. It is used by the body to perform prostaglandins, which are these chemical messengers in our cells, which are molecules that single cellular actions to help regulate normal bodily processes. While some believe the high intake of omega-6 promotes low-grade inflammation, studies have shown that maintaining a healthy ratio of omega-3s and omega-6 is actually good for the heart and the body. In fact, the AHA, the American Heart Association, even recommends replacing saturated foods such as meat, butter, cheese, and pastries with plant-based foods that contain omega-6 fatty acids, including vegetable oils, nuts, and seeds. So great. So what are the benefits of GLA for women's health? Number 1 is hormone balance. Fluctuating hormone levels manifest themselves in different ways and can severely interfere with women's daily lives. Many of these symptoms commonly associated with PMS and menopause, such as mood swings we talked about, breast tenderness, one we didn't mention, and skin changes, are triggered by these hormonal imbalances. Studies show that GLA can help balance hormone levels by regulating the production of prostaglandins, which are, again, these chemical-like messengers involved in the body's inflammatory process, such as swelling, stiffness, and pain. So if you're battling to control symptoms of PMS or menopause, you may find that GLA is going to be helpful to you. Number 2 is weight loss. Weight loss is a goal for many people as achieving a healthy body mass and prevents numerous health complications caused by obesity. I know that even just 5 pounds losing can have a huge impact just on people's diabetic situation and many other chronic illnesses. Unfortunately, the majority of us fail to reach our weight goal or struggle to maintain a healthy one. I struggled with this for many years, and many years ago, I discovered the 180 program here that I was able to shed 180 pounds to keep up. So I know it can be done, and I love coaching people in that realm there as well. So this hardship is primarily caused by the unregulated appetite hormones, which increase our attraction to food, especially ones that are highly palatable with high energy content. This inevitably leads to weight regain and the undoing of months of hard work. A study published a decade ago in the Journal of Nutrition discovered that GLA supplementation can help reduce the amount of weight regained following drastic weight loss. That's really important. Although it's unclear as to why, it is thought that the improved hormone balance helps regulate our appetite hormones, keeping our hunger levels in check. Another area is skin. Regulating prostaglandin levels may help to prevent inflammatory skin conditions and regulate the moisture level of the skin. One study found that daily supplementation with starflower oil over a 12-week period significantly reduced skin reddening. I think it was about an average about 40% when compared to a placebo. It also found that participants supplementing with starflower, boy, that's a mouthful, oil, lost 10% less water from the skin and had less roughness and scaling. So you want to make sure that you're picking a good GLA, a good gamma-linolic acid there, that has omega-6 fatty acids, that has sunflower seed oils and vitamin E. And this unique formulation, as I mentioned, is going to help with the PMS, hot flashes, chronic eczema and psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and much more. You want to make sure that you're picking out a GLA that's gluten-free, that doesn't have artificial flavors, sweeteners, colors, or preservatives. So one more testimonial here from another woman. I had terrible and horrible periods and was diagnosed with severe endometriosis. The pain was so bad I could barely go to work. I increased my supplements and began using soy protein 5 to 6 times a day instead of twice. Started taking the GLA, increased her B complex, her calcium and zinc and iron, and within the first month, she could feel a big difference. She had fewer cramps and noticed that her mood swings were leveling out. That's really an important aspect there. That when you can use nutritional supplementation, then you can really have a huge benefit in combating a lot of these symptoms and a lot of these situations that create a situation which people are not able to really function well. And if you're a mother in particular, and you've got children and they're running around and maybe as children can be, sometimes not always paying attention, listening, and you got all these symptoms going on and you got the pressure perhaps, whether it be finances or whether it be marital relationships or many other things, this is only going to compound it. Okay, so when you're choosing these nutritional supplements, it's really hard to find, a good high quality food supplement and know which one to buy. So if you're interested, in the messages below, if you're not in my resource center, say, add me to your resource center. I'll connect with you and we'll make sure that you can be added to the resource center. There I have a great ebook, a free ebook, which I think might be of great interest to everyone, called High Quality Food Supplements. And you can learn the right question to ask before buying your next food supplements. So this is a great, great resource. And I hope that you'll take advantage of that and check it out. So join my VNP Wellness Resource Center. It's a growing community of people that have similar interests. And you'll have access to my digital library of, again, these ebooks, live webinars, and resources. So I'll post a link maybe a little bit later. And you'll be seeing this on YouTube as well if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Doobie TV. And appreciate that if you get over to YouTube, show a little love, make a little comment, let me know that you're watching and it's of great interest to you. So again, this is Doobie TV here, Doobie with Doobie TV on this beautiful Monday here, day after Mother's Day, and May 13th, and wishing you a spectacular week ahead. And be sure to don't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. Okay, thanks so very much for joining me here on Doobie TV, and wishing you a spectacular week once again. Thank you so much for listening.